First of all, I would like to thank God that He has brought us here in America. And I would like to say thank you to Pastor William and his wife. They opened their arms to welcome us. And also we thank you, this church accept us as their member. And not only that, God used them to help me for my ministry that I have been called to serve God and to serve others. And this time I would like to share something. In fact, I had in mind to share something else, some other subject. I would like to talk about a useful vessel. But the Lord told me another subject. So I hesitated about the two. I would like to talk about a vessel in the hand of God. Because I think this time, the hard time, we need to be a vessel in the hands of God. So God can use us for the good. But Jesus told me another one. So I told him, what should I do? Because I think the subject I have chosen is good. But now you ask me to talk another thing. So Jesus told me to talk about coming up with him. Follow him. So I told Jesus, that subject is good, but not as the subject I chose. It's better. But one thought in my mind, if you talk about a vessel in the hand of God, but you don't obey Jesus, you don't obey God, you are not a vessel yourself. How can you talk about a vessel in the hand of God? So finally I surrender and I told him, okay, I submit to you because I'm the vessel in your hands. I cannot do what I want, but just what you want. So I have these few verses to share with you about what Jesus told me just maybe 1 hour ago. So right now, I would like to read in the Bible. You have the Bible with you? Oh, I just read it. Okay. I read the first verse in the Bible. All of you know about this verse. I read in Genesis chapter 1, verse 1. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. The Bible starts with this verse. No doubt that God created the heavens and the earth. So God creation from the beginning so good because God created. And especially the Bible emphasizes the heavens and the earth. So the earth to become a parallel consequence with the heavens as the creation of God. So the earth was good in the beginning. But as you know the story, when sins came, when human fell, the earth became worse, became bad, became cursed. So in the beginning, the plan of God for the creation so good. But human, represented of God, make the earth chaos, make the earth ruined, make the earth cursed. That's why God would like to call human to go out of the curse, call out of the evil things, evil world. That's why God called Israel to go out of Egypt as the symbol that human beings need to go out the curse, the slavery, the sinful things to set apart for God. And that's why it happened when Israel called by God to go out of Egypt and to be holy for Him as a nation. So I think we can read some verse in the Bible. I would like to read in Leviticus chapter 23, verse 2. Speak to the children of Israel and say to them, the feast of the Lord, which you shall proclaim to be holy convocations. These are my feasts. So God would like Israel to be a holy, they have a holy meetings, a holy feast. And here, very interesting. Last time I heard Pastor William talk about the church, the word church in Greek. And the word church in Greek is ekklesia. Ek means out of. Klesia means called. But you know, in the Old Testament, the Bible also used some words same like that. Because according to the Septuagint version, in Greek, they say, kletas hagias. Kletas, the word holy convocation, the word convocation. Convocation in Greek means kletos. Kletos also means called. To be invited, to be called. So the Lord called Israel, and they follow Him out of Egypt, and they set apart for Him. So that's why I use the word hagias. It means that they are holy. They belong to the Lord. So in the Old Testament, already have the word church there, the holy assembly there. But Israel fell, you see, Israel fell as a holy nation. That's why God sent His Son Jesus, come and want to call one more time. But this time, not for only Israel, but for every nation, for everyone. Israelite, American, Vietnamese, Korean, and so on. Anyone receive His calling and follow Him. So you see, when Jesus started His ministry, He said, follow me. He said to disciples, follow me. So when He say follow me and people follow Him, means that they have to go out or to leave their place first. And after that, they follow Him. So to go out of their place or act out of and go after Him, receive His call. And you see, when Jesus called us to go out of this world, the world corrupted by sin, by people who follow sin. God would like us to be a holy nation for Him, to be a holy assembly for Him. That's why we have a church, ecclesia. However, God not stop there, because this is like Egypt. Israel got out of Egypt. What for? Set apart for the Lord to go to the promised land. But that generation fell and they died in the desert. They could not reach to the promised land. But the purpose of God, not only to call them out of Egypt and to die in the desert, but to go out of Egypt and to enter the promised land. We are same today. Jesus called us out of the world. Not to die in this world, because Jesus said, you are in the world, but you are not of the world, because we are of the heaven. We are of God, not of this world. The things that our heart focus is not this world, but the things where Christ seated in the heavens. So we are called out and we follow Jesus. For what? To be apart for the Lord, to focus another place, what we call heaven. Or another word that the Bible uses very interesting. I read in the book of Revelation. In the book of Hebrew. I read for you. Hebrews chapter 12, verse 18. For you have not come to the mountain that may be touched, and that burned with fire, and to blackness and darkness and tempest, and the sound of the trumpet, and the voice of words, so that those who heard it begged that the word should not be spoken to them anymore, for they could not endure that was commanded. And if so much as a beast touches the mountain, it shall be stoned or shot with an arrow. And so terrifying was the sight that Moses said, I am exceedingly afraid and trembling. But you have come to Mount Zion, and to the city of the living God, the heavenly Jerusalem, to an innumerable company of angels, to the general assembly and church of the firstborn who are registered in heaven, to God the judge of all, to the spirits of just men made perfect, to Jesus the mediator of the new covenant, and to the blood of sprinkling that speaks better things than that of Abel. See that you do not refuse him who speaks. For if they did not escape who refused him who spoke on earth, how much more shall we not escape if we turn away from him who speaks from heaven? So what we read and what we see here, God called us out of the world to the heaven. So our journey to go up from the earth, we go up to the heaven. And here say, we belong to the heaven. We belong to Jesus. We belong to heavenly Jerusalem. We belong to Zion. So what Jesus told me and showed me, the picture that he want not only one, but many to follow him, to go up the mountain. He doesn't want us only to stay here and enjoy things here or worry things here or stick our faith here or we think our life only here. Because our destiny is in heaven. We go up with Him because Jesus is with us now. And He doesn't want we only to live here. But we live here for a purpose, to help others to follow Him. That's why He commanded that we disciple all nations, that make everyone, every nation, follow Him. So, I read another verse in the book of Revelation, and this is very, very exciting to me. The book of Revelation, I read in Revelation chapter 4, verse 1. After these things I looked, and behold, a door standing open in heaven. And the first voice which I heard was like a trumpet speaking with me, saying, "Come up here, and I will show you things which must take place after this." You see, this is what John wrote in the book of Revelation. And John was in the island of Patmos. And in chapter 4, verse 1, he heard a voice from heaven call him, "Come up here." We are called to come out. Now another verse says, "Come up." And John descended, lifted into the heaven. And the purpose here saying, I will show you things will happen on earth in the future. It means that God would like us to be where He wants us to be. And from that place, we can see things different. For example, if we are here, we look on the tree, we see, I saw the trees here very nice, very green, and birds, nests, all very good sight there. So I just look up. But if I were in a helicopter, I look down, I will see things different. If you are here, you see buildings so big. But if you are in an airplane, you see things smaller. And you feel that you can subdue it. You feel that it's under you. So here, this verse say, "Come up here. I will show you things belong there in the future." You think, what happened? So if we are here and we think God's somewhere in heaven, "Oh God, Jesus, come. I'm waiting." And the tempest and the angels and thunder, we see things different. But if we are there with Jesus, we will see things different. We will not be afraid of it because we are with Jesus. We don't see we are so small in comparison with them. But we see they are small because we are in Jesus. We look to the view of point of Jesus. We look to the eyes of Jesus. We look things different. That's why as a believer, as a disciple of Jesus, Paul say in the book of Ephesians, in chapter 2, say, "You are raised with Christ and be seated in the heavenlies with Christ." It means that we are now resurrected from, the death of sins, that we were dead because of sins, right? But now we are resurrected spiritually with Christ. We are now alive. And we are seated with Christ in the heavenlies. It means that actually physical, we are here, but spiritually, our spirit not only here, but another dimension that we are in the heavenlies with Christ. We are seated there with Christ. So we look this world, even we look this universe differently. Because we look from the view of Jesus, our Lord. So what Jesus wants me to tell people, that we not only out of this world, but we need to go up with Him. Like the book of Hebrews chapter 4, I think. With confidence, you enter the Holy of the Holies. There we can find grace in needed time. It means that we are here, but we can go to the Holy of the Holies in heaven, because Christ opened the way for us through Him. Through Jesus, we go directly to the Father. So where Christ is, we can be. And from that view up point, we go there to glorify Him, to worship Him, to feel Him, to understand more of Him. Because He say, show you things will happen. It means that we will know the plan of God. We not only wait what happened, what God will do, but we will know what God will do. We know His plan. Like what John experienced here when he went up to the heaven. That's why he wrote, you read a lot of things in the book of Revelation. Because it's by the revelation of Jesus to him, to know what will happen to the end times. So I pray that all of you, and not only you, me, and others, experience to come up with the Lord, to go up, to stay where He stays, to worship Him in the Holy of the Holies in heaven. Not only on earth, but in heaven. Because this time, we worship in spirit and in truth. This is the worship, Jesus said, the true worshiper. Not only Sunday, 1 hour here. Because, one day, 24 hours. 1 week, we have, how many hours we have it? 1 week? But only 1 hour here. 1 hour here in the presence of God. 1 hour to worship God. Jesus saying, no more that time. Not Jerusalem, not in the mountain. Because we are limited in time, in place, but now in spirit. No more limited. We worship God in spirit and in truth. It's the true worshiper that the Father look for. So I pray that all of us worship God in spirit and in truth. Where? In the heaven. Like Jesus stayed there. We be there with Him. And we belong to Him. We of Him, not up here. Even we are here right now. All we see things here is not make us worry. But we know what God will do next. We will know what His plan. And we have to finish the journey. We have to finish the task given us here on earth. So may God bless you, bless me. So we will experience the things that Jesus wants us to go up with Him, enjoy the journey, experience what He wants us to enjoy, to experience. Thank you very much. God bless you.